Get it. 17.
They don't know me, son.
Get it. 18.
They don't know me, son.
Get it. 19.
They don't know me, son.
Yeah. 20. You got
They
some
don't know
more
me,
in
son.
you. 21. Yeah. Get it again.
Possible. You don't need great parents. You don't need like a private school. You don't need to have this humongous GPA and all this other shit. What you need is the one thing I talk about in my book, which is straight up brutal work ethic. You have to be willing to outwork everybody in the world.
Sometimes the best thing to do is to be. Sometimes you have to just back up and go within yourself. A bow and arrow, you can't take a bow and just push it out an arrow. You just can't push the arrow out. You have to pull it back and then release it. Sometimes you have to back up and go within and pray and meditate and recharge your batteries. Go away, clear your head, and then come back and look at it from a different vantage point. Don't operate while you're under the spell or the effect of what's going on.
You know, hope is not just a word. It's also the promise to stand firm, especially in times of trials and tribulations, knowing that things will get better, or yourself, you act in such a way that improvement is a possible outcome. So be hopeful, be real, and heal.
To force yourself or motivate yourself to think negatively, to be depressed, to hate somebody, to want revenge, to want to get back at somebody, to beat yourself up over the head, to feel loaded with guilt. You don't have to make any effort to do that. Your mind is on automatic. It will do that by itself. But if you want to begin to move into your own personal greatness, if you want to begin to really enjoy a happy, successful, healthy life, you've got to be willing to go against the tide. You've got to be willing to harness your will and say, in spite of this, I'm in control here.
You can appreciate the green field behind me, or all you see is maybe just dead trees without any leaves. You can focus on the problems, or you can redirect your focus towards a solution, man.
If God can bring life out of death, when I was 100 years old and my wife was 90 years old, he can handle this new situation as well. You have to learn to remember what God did yesterday for the new stuff you're dealing with today. Now that's a problem if you've never had God do anything for you, because you don't have anything to remember. So this situation you're in now is your first memory. But those who've walked with God and who've been through a little something, and then they coming up with something new, some new challenge, some new contradiction, you can look back on the stones of remembrance.
I'm not going to let this get me down. I'm not going to let this destroy me. I'm coming back, and I'll be stronger and better because of it. You have got to make a declaration that this is what you stand for. You're standing up for your dreams. You're standing up for peace of mind. You're standing up for health. You want it, and you're going to go all out to have it. It's not going to be easy. When you want to change, it's not easy. If it were in fact easy, everybody would do it. But if you're serious, you'll go all out. So yes, I'm going to turn this situation around. I'm not going to sit back and moan and cry over what happened and what went wrong and who did what. I'm going to do something about this situation.
When you ask God to give you flowers, be prepared for some rain. It's not every hardship that's meant to kill you. You see, now this generation will be the first one to curse every trials and tribulation, when some of those are meant to make you flourish, man.
I don't have time to stay here and feel bad for myself for weeks and months and years, because I'll lose that time. So the big thing is, know that if you have big goals and big dreams, along the way, failure is going to happen. So how fast do you get up from that? And you got to teach yourself that. But the biggest key to success in anything you do, this drive and passion, and it may come from nothing. Like for me, there was no passion, no drive, no nothing. But I had this fire that I'm going to be somebody. You have to be your own motivator, your own coach, your own trainer, your own everything. So to do that, you have to come into work, and work is whatever your work may be, ready to go.
You've got to make those kind of declarations to yourself. I'm unstoppable. This will not get me down. And if I get knocked down, I'm going to be like Leo Pascal said, you're going to have some low moments in life, but when you do, you will have high lows.
Know that only God heals. From dry bones you can get an even more beautiful life than before.